You are welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Jemila. Today I will be showing you how to draft a neck burstier pattern. It's just like a princess dart pattern. If today is your first time of stopping on this channel, please kindly support me by subscribing to my channel and liking this video, because you liking this video will allow YouTube to share it to more people and it will allow me to gain more views. Thank you. The first thing I'm going to do here is to draw a starting line. It's not really necessary if you are using a fabric. You can use the edge of your clothes, but I do love this. So after drawing the starting line, I will now bring out my vertical measurements. My chest line is 8 inches. My bust point is 10 inches. My under bust measurement under bust point is 13 inches. While my half length is 16 inches. So I will draw a vertical line to connect it. So after drawing the vertical line, I will measure out my bust span measurement. My bust span measurement is 3.5 inches, but I added 0.5 because after joining, I will use the 0.5 for the joining rather. I will connect the bust span line. As you can see it. The next thing now is that after connecting the bust span line, from the bust span line on the waistline, I will remove 1.5 inch. I will remove 1.5 inch towards the sides, while I will remove 1 inch towards the center front. That 1.5 inch that I remove, if you have a bigger bust, you can remove 2 inches. If it is bust of 50s, you can remove 2.5 inches. Repeat the same thing on the under bust line. You can see I'm naming the lines now. I'm connecting the 1.5 inch now, and to the center front I'm connecting the 1 inch, both on the waistline and the other bust line. So at my bust point, I'll come down by 0.5 inches and I'll connect the lines from the under bust line as I did. I will extend this bust span line to the upper parts of the to my shoulder line. I will extend it. After extending the line, firstly I will mark my shoulder points, my shoulder measurements. My shoulder measurement divided by 2 is 7 inches plus half an inch sewing allowance. That's 7.5, and I will connect that to my chest line. The line I extended upwards to the side, I'm going to remove 1.5 inches, while to the center front I'm going to remove 1 inches, just like I did at the waist and the under bust line. And I will come back to the chest line. To the side I'm going to remove the same 1.5 inches, and to the bust point I'm going to remove 1 inches. We then connect the two lines from the shoulder line to the chest line. After connecting the lines, I'll come up from the bust point by half an inch so that all my lines will not fall on the bust point, because I don't want my bust point to be sharpy. So I'll come up from the bust point by half an inch, and I will connect the two lines from the chest line to the bust to the half an inch that I came up with. I will connect the lines just like I connected the under bust to the bust point. So now I will use my marker to bring out the lines so that it will be more feasible than me using my pencil. Actually, if you are drafting this on your own, you don't need to do this. You can just draft with your pencil and you cut out. It's just for the sake of this tutorial. You can see that I'm using my hand to blend all those points because I don't want any sharpie edge in my cutting. So after doing all this, now it's time to take your measurements. The 2.5 inches allowance that you remove from the shoulder line, you are going to return it back there and use that to create another armhole line, another shoulder line. You can see what I'm doing, and you add half an inch joining allowance to it, because after cutting out all those places that I'm putting stars, you are still going to join it back so that you not have a shortage. On your bust point, mark your bust measurement, the bust circumference measurement divided by 4 plus your sewing allowance. On your waist line, you are going to mark your measurement, but you will return back the dart allowance. That's 2.5. You return it back to the measurement, then add your sewing allowance. The same thing applicable to your under bust line. So on your chest line, you mark your upper chest measurement, input the measurement there, divided by 4 plus your sewing allowance and the dart allowance, return it back to it. I hope you understand this. After doing all this now, if you are sewing this for a long dress, a long top, the only thing you need to do is just to measure the length of your top, maybe 22 inches or 23 inches or 24 inches or more than that. Measure it down, rule a line or that your length, rule it out, and from that your length, come up by 2 inches. Come up by 2 inches. Then rule it out, rule the line out. Now extend that bust span line, extend it down. After extending the bust span line, you are going to draw the dart into the 2 inches line, just like I did. So that's the only difference. If you are doing a long dress, a long top, that's what you are going to do. So on that line, on your, the top is going to reach your hip line, so you are going to use your hip measurement for this and you will measure it out. Just measure your hip measurement divided by 4 plus your sewing allowance. So after doing this, now you can now cut out all the places that have stars are going out, that is the dart allowances, they are going out, you are cutting it out. So after cutting, make sure you notch all those points, the bust points, the under bust points and the waist line. Mark all the points so that when you are joining the dress, it will match. You won't be looking for where to put one. So to cut the neck, you can place it on top of one another, just like I did. Your sewing allowance that you are going to use to join it, just use it to place it on the center front, use it to place the side on the center front, then cut out your neck, maybe your v-neck, your round neck. But to me, I prefer to join this first, then cut out my neck so that it will be accurate. So if you are using this for a dress that have an half length, just stop at the waistline and add your joining allowance to the waist. Thanks for watching. Please kindly subscribe and like this video.